you down. There's more, lots more.
Folks, welcome back to the show where it's not wrestling with your budget. It's not wrestling with your conscience. It is wrestling with emotion. And we are set to close out August. We have Bryan Danielson's first Dynamite as AEW champ. And on the fringe of the weekend, we got the Bash in Berlin. You got Gunther's first defense. You got another Cody Rhodes, action. We're getting it all ready to go in Berlin. Let's get the crowd in here. Let's get the crew in here ready to go. You know him. You love him. Sometimes big, slick, your friend, my friend, our friend, Jake, Micah. You got the Prophet, Rob Ryan. You got Marky Markington, Ali, and of course, the head of the Wrestling Emotion table. I acknowledge him today, Michael J. Partham. With that said, let's get into it, gents. We are fresh out of All In. We are getting ready for Bash in Berlin. What is the one wrestling thing you're thinking about, I guess, right now? We always ask what you're feeling about that's good, but in a week that's populated by so much AEW and then so much with WWE at the end, I'm asking what's on your brain. What are you thinking about heading into this Wednesday night?
I think I'll start because a lot of matches just feel like they've been thrown together for tonight's Dynamite, but I think we're all wondering what Bryan Danielson's going to say when he addresses this crowd after winning the AEW World title and where his reign can go and the kind of feuds he's going to have, especially with the unpredicted Casino Battle Royale outcome. Not Battle Royale, a gauntlet match that we all kind of anticipated Hangman Adam Page to win and Swerve to still be in this picture. And now Christian Cage is literally the locker room's father, as if he already didn't say it himself. So really just interested to see what Bryan has to say and who's going to confront him first.
Yeah, still riding off a high from Sunday from All In. It was a great day. I was trying to think about like what felt so different about that show in this year, because the card, I feel like the card was a little better, and the main event, no hyperbole, one of the best matches I've ever watched. Watched it again Monday night, felt the same watching it again. Obviously there was a lot of drama in last year's All In. I think that's maybe what was took away from it, is I was just sitting on my phone looking for updates for that rather than focusing on the show. And Sunday we really just got to lock into what was a great wrestling show. So I'm interested to see how Dynamite picks up. We got All Out in a couple weeks, and this card is stacked. The Ricochet debut, though, to see what they kind of do with him and what his position is going to be going into All Out. I assume he's going to have a big match on the pay-per-view. Looks like he's in with doing something with the Callis family here, so could it be Takeshita, which would be an incredible match. But that was a huge pop. You could see he was overwhelmed by like the response when he came out in the moment. I'm really excited to see what Ricochet does in All Elite.
Could this be a potential Callis family tryout for Ricochet? I mean, what an opportunity at your debut match. Prophet, what do you got? What's on your brain as we head into Berlin, but we're still reeling from All Out? All In, sorry.
Well, it's not a wrestling with emotion without, this video. So let's just play it because, people love stealing my shit.
This right here is bullshit.
Well, I was going to choose Ricochet, but I'm still going to choose Ricochet because this is my show and I do what I want. But I'm interested to see Ricochet just because in WWE, he stood out, even though he was a mid-level talent on that roster. He stood out because of what he could do. Whereas in AEW, this is what a lot of those guys do. They put on great wrestling matches. So I just want to see where they go with him because I'm just afraid that his hype could fall very quickly just because now he's surrounded by a bunch of guys who wrestle like him. So I'm really interested to see where he goes from here. I love that he's in AEW because of his wrestling, but he doesn't stand out like he did in WWE. So that's what I just want to see.
That's true. That's true. A lot of people are already memeing about it. 2 to 3 weeks. Ricochet is going to join the likes of so-and-so who's already burned out in AEW. Miro. Go. All right, Parthy. I know you got a lot of told you so's coming, so get ready to unload the bag. Here you go.
I was going to say we were going to skip Ali, but of course Ali is not interested in Dynamite whatsoever. So let's just get to it. What am I looking forward to? Bryan Danielson is basically his acceptance speech. It's going to be chance. It's going to be yes chance. It's going to be you deserve it chance. It's going to be 2014 all over again, and I'm looking forward to it. And then once he's soaked up enough adulation, who's going to come out?
Shut up while conducting business.
We're gonna get the greatest dead dad promo of all time. It's not only gonna be about Brian's dead dad, it's gonna be about how he's been a terrible father, continuing to wrestle and putting his kids through all the torture and the torture of that match and all in. And Christian's just gonna get booed to high hell, and it's gonna be awesome. The other thing I'm looking forward to is, of course, on the other side of that coin, Swerve Strickland losing the AEW World Title in some small part, maybe not directly, but Hangman Adam Page is still lurking, and you have to wonder if they're finally going to get their hands on each other, leading into a short lead into All Out. Not to mention Jamie Hayter's return match. That's something that I'm sure we've looked forward to for at least a year and a half. So it'll be good to see if she can shake off the ring rust right away.
Oh, Jamie Hayter, Harley Cameron, I will be glued to my seat.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we hear from Swerve Strickland during Bryan Danielson's promo, and I would not be surprised if we heard from him during Adam Page's match, because I think he could easily interfere or involve himself in one of those two. So interested to see. I think we just lost Micah for the second. Oops, still bringing that up.
But we do
all right.
have,
so with that said,
we do have the learning tree. There he
Yeah,
is. Hi guys.
I was just gonna say.
hi. There he is, Temple's Learning Tree. Thank you for tuning in,
wow.
TLT.
Hi.
With that said, I got to address something important. We're still making fun of AEW's numbers, crowds, etc., and I'm just kind of over it. I did say like about 2-3 months ago the same thing, that I was just gonna enjoy the wrestling slick. I think you said the same thing as well. But my point in bringing this up, and like I feel knowing doing it, but like it's just like, what do you want AEW to do? Like I brought the data in the chat. 9 of their best 15 matches, 9 of their highest ranked 15 matches are in the last like 18 months. The company's been around for almost 55 months. So they've done over half their best work in the last third of the time. But Parthy, let's start with you and we'll kind of go around the horn here.
Yeah.
I guess if you're Tony Khan, what are you doing? And 2, do you think that it's true that they're really not putting on good matches when some of the data says otherwise?
I never said they weren't putting on good matches. I said that they need to keep their momentum up.
I never said you did. I said the chat did. The chat was saying, well, AEW's numbers won't go up until they start doing good matches and telling good stories.
That loves to
And
complain
I said
about the storylines.
All right, you remember that scene in A Few Good Men where the colonel, who's he played by? Jeez, he's on the stand and he's being prosecuted by Tom Cruise, and he's like
Jack Nicholson,
and he's sniping at him like, "Please tell me you haven't attached these young gentlemen's hopes to a phone bill. Please tell me you haven't attached AEW's success to cage match ratings."
That's what you do with people in the crowd. So don't even give me that bullshit.
What do you mean we do that with
There's no one on the hard cam side.
I'm just saying it's all
ratings?
They do need
ratings. Why don't we call Uncle Dave up and see how he feels about the
what's
show?
the difference,
We'll
though?
gauge success by that.
Well, it's different when you're able to fill the venue that you put
Hey,
yourself
so a
in.
cage match rating is so much different than the number in the crowd. Based on what's
Two
happening in the
completely
ring.
different things. One's business and one's opinion, for crying out loud.
We're
And we're talking about Dave Meltzer's.
We're talking about the
valid
match.
point.
We're
That's
talking
a
about the
pretty valid point.
matches.
Thank you, Ali.
We're talking about the matches.
The
Well, yeah,
matches
but
are-
if no one's
To be fair,
It's the fucking match.
to be fair, the matches we're talking ratings from Dave Meltzer. Let's
No,
all
we're
calm
talking
down.
cage
if
matches.
no one's
the
watching
people.
matches, it
Cage
doesn't matter.
matches, the
it's
people.
irrelevant.
And I'm gonna say this: like, I would have
Bro,
actually.
no one's watching the matches. 800,000 people watch a week on television.
They haven't hit 800,000 in months.
Okay, now you're tripping. Bro.
No, he's
They're
right
not.
there.
The CM Punk footage was shown. Are you mad?
Dude, okay, my point is people are watching. There's no one on like
Less
one
and
side
less.
of an
It is
arena, and you
irrelevant on a monthly basis.
so the match sucks. The match sucks because no one's in the
But
arena.
it's not that the match sucks. It's that less and less people are interested
So
because they
we're
haven't been
we're
booking
talking about the match.
consistently.
Though. We're talking about the match.
It's not. That's what the
I am
proven.
interjecting, saying we are talking about the matches, Parthy. We're
Yeah,
talking
we're
about the
talking about
match
matches.
quality
We
as
always
being
have
a
been.
barometer, because we're looking at it like, is AEW gonna and the thing that commonly gets brought up, they need to start telling better stories and they need to start having better matches.
Start telling
I think if
stories.
you look at it on paper, like what story, right? I think Bryan Danielson winning the AEW championship is the number one story in wrestling.
I think they need
and
better marketing.
in that match was an incredible story too, which is lost upon a lot of people, is the storytelling within the matches without a bracelet attached.
Here's the thing. I think it's not a fair criticism to say that AEW has bad matches. They probably put on better matches than WWE in some cases, albeit a little more dangerous for the performers. But, I'd say arguably they put on better matches. The point of the matter is, if you're not making money, if you're not filling out the venues that you're in, people are going to talk shit. So when you try to book an entire stadium show overseas and you only sell half of it, I don't care if you got close to WWE's stadium numbers, right? They filled out 90% of that venue. You filled out, I think, what was it, 60? It's not.
Was it? Hold on. Wasn't it a condensed stadium because of the Taylor show? Am I losing my brain now?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it down to like 65 that they could like sell?
Well, you put 50,000 in Wembley Stadium. I don't give a fuck about like how much percent of it you filled. Like that's a huge wrestling show.
It's a single data point. Is the UK crowd? We know that they're more pro AEW than WWE. But you're basic. If they want to move, if Tony Khan wants to move AEW their operations all the way over to the UK, then God bless them, because they will do a lot better regularly touring the UK and Europe than they do in the United States. But they can't go there all the time. Maybe
Tony Khan should take his ball and go home.
I think this whole chat and this show does not give enough credence to the fact that WWE is hotter than it's ever been, and that is a direct correlation to the audience of the alternative brand in the US. AEW was hot when they first started, and WWE was at basically the lowest creative point it had ever been. And then they were in the Thunderdome, and AEW had, even if it was small crowds at Daly's Place, had an atmosphere that they were cultivating there, and it was still the new thing. And then 2021's the peak, all the excitement around Punk and Cole and Bryan coming in and everything. And now it's fallen off. But this is what happens in wrestling. Like, it's ebbs and flows. WWE is not going to stay this hot for the next 5 years. I will guarantee they're not hotter than this in 5 years. Like, it's just how the business works.
Vince is not there anymore, and they were not the alternative to WWE. They were the alternative to Vince.
But we don't know that Triple H can do this consistently at a high level for 5 years. We know he can do it for 2 years.
How long South Park has been good for?
Or Family Guy.
The thing that makes me nervous,
and they've had some bad seasons in there too.
Not really.
Family Guy's not some bad seasons. Family Guy's had some
but
clunkers.
South Park, I feel like, has been consistent for a solid 25 years.
South Park, I'll give you.
Okay, but back to the point. The thing that makes me nervous about Triple H, truthfully, it makes me think he might be capable of it, is he was waiting for so long to basically take over. I feel like he was kind of like in the warm-up position for like 8 to 10 years. So during that time, he had to have been cultivating ideas full time for like the next 2 years at that point. So I'm nervous he's got like 10 to 15 years of good material right now.
How many years?
5 years from now, is it going to be 5 years from now? The main event's going to be Fatu Reigns with Reigns' career on the line.
Bro, Reigns might be long gone in 5 years.
Even a better show.
He'll still be
roster, and that was all.
He might be in Hollywood.
Where he had working under him. He was able to sustain NXT for that long under the Black and Gold brand.
I was going to say he did have a lot of good practice in NXT.
It might not matter if he's still booking well. People might just tune out. Like, people float in and out of these things too. I think it's crazy. I don't think Triple H has 10 years of material built up. I think he's had these good couple years.
His so much of his Black and Gold brand is on Wednesday nights now.
A few.
A few.
I mean, listen, that picture, that meme that we posted,
the whole Undisputed Era.
Well, yeah. What, Rob? Come on, Prophet.
Okay, the Undisputed Era, but that's it. Who else?
Ricochet,
Swerve,
Aleister Black, Malachi Black, Swerve.
Mercedes now too.
Mercedes was not on the Black.
He wasn't. You want to talk like what Triple H built in NXT, and let's not talk about those women.
She was before Black and Gold.
Okay.
She was like reality show NXT.
She was like
She was at Takeover. Takeover Brooklyn is Black and Gold.
No, I know.
The reality show NXT people have my ultimate respect. They were grinding.
That's fact.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. I don't know who that is actually. Brian
All right, can I ask one question? And I want anybody correct me if I'm wrong. Did AEW during All In or afterwards ever announce an official attendance?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If 50,000 is still a good deal, why wouldn't they announce it?
Why do they gotta?
Even inflate it like they did last. Even inflate it by 10,000, whatever.
But wasn't there a huge confusion over like the number delivery last year? Seems
yeah,
like
remember how much hate they got for announcing a number last year?
Didn't they get in trouble for the number last year, and then they avoided a mistake by just not doing it?
Because no one bro, they announced the number, Partham. I'll tell you why. And then for a week straight, everyone was like, no, that can't be true. Check the turnstile count. And then the turnstile came out a week later, and they're
exactly. So what benefit is putting out the number now?
Frauds. There was only 10,000 less people there than 89,000 that ended up buying those tickets and didn't go.
You think they take out their own sold tickets?
I don't blame them. Oh my God, they went through hell and back just because they announced a number.
WWE did it all the time.
WWE announced 40,000 more than they had for years, and no one blinked an eye. Everyone's like, yeah.
So why wouldn't AEW blink an eye?
Because they got hated on for a week by guys
Tony
like
Khan
you.
has more.
They got hated on. People said bad things about us, like they do every other week online.
By guys like you.
LeBron.
I'm not out there in social media saying it out loud. I'm keeping it in the chat.
You know that Simpsons episode where the newspaper says "old man yells at cloud"? Like that's what it is.
I'm just curious why they're
I have a hard time getting into it. You know what I mean? Like it's just difficult for me as like a mark to get into AEW. And it's not like I have some weird stigma.
That's the opposite of what a mark is. Like
you fucking mark.
But I'm just saying, like, if I weren't out of town, I would have watched it at Slick's house. But like, you know, I'm just not that interested where I'd go and watch it after it's happened. You know, and I don't think I would buy into the stories.
So you're telling me you don't record Dynamite and watch it the next day?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do record NXT, but I still kind of don't watch that either. Sometimes I do though.
All right, so let me ask Ali, because this has been a little bit of a case study, even though it's one person, one data point. Ali, what would AEW have to do to pique your interest into watching on a weekly basis? Yes, I watch the product. I got to critique it, TLT.
I don't know.
Hey, don't talk to the learning tree like that.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. And here's the thing that worries me, because I feel like this is the case with a lot of fans. Like, I don't know what they could do to get me to watch it, where like they'd have to get the product as hot as like a Roman Reigns-esque storyline. Because, you know, I took a hiatus during my college days, and the Roman Reigns storylines on TikTok definitely got me more invested into WWE again until I fully dove in. I think I said it earlier. I think they need better marketing. You know, maybe put up some TikTok clips like that, you know, of like feud comps, or even just like what happened on Dynamite that week, so more people are seeing it.
I do agree with that.
I think they do a pretty good job. And then no, that's a perfect point though. Then we're in the chat and there's people like, why are they DMCAing clips? Like they're just hurting their growth or whatever. Well, they want you to go to their pages. They want you to go to their pages. They're doing exactly what you said, which is driving the content to their channels. Well, but then we're in that chat on Monday. Ali, you gotta admit, I got you in a mousetrap.
I agree with Ali. Just because, think about like when WWE, you see all these content creators doing all this, making noise for WWE. If anyone tries to talk about AEW anywhere, they get DMCA'd right away. Like you can't be a content creator for AEW strictly, because it will get shut down in moments. Like even their own talent gets shut down. Will Ospreay's video got shut down earlier this week for DMCA. Like their own wrestlers can't even post stuff.
I also think that the TikTok thing is a great point, Ali, but it's also a lot of content creators who like are just, they're only interested in WWE. Like it's just such a much broader appeal that people are like you're saying, like got into the Roman story. I know there's a lot of people that got into the stories because people have made such good content on there, not just WWE, but WWE is awesome on TikTok and YouTube. And they've been ahead of the game on that for a long time now on the socials and how much they care about. They crushed it.
You want to give like WWE credit for one thing. They have been way like I forget what stupid ass social media they were like posting back in like 2013 for like a couple months or whatever. What was it? Yelp.
Tout.
Yeah, tout.
Yeah, that's right.
The tout era was a dark point. But it's just a credit to them that they're like way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and like the hashtags in the corner of all the matches and everything, like when they had them.
Yeah, dude, they have absolutely. TV shows weren't doing that like back in the day.
Nope.
Like now on every TV show, you see them doing it. Like it's pretty fucking crazy. So I do give it. Listen, WWE hotter than ever. Give them credit for sure.
You do the copyright strike thing. And all of a sudden, you've just eliminated all this free marketing that you could possibly have. And any publicity is good publicity. If people are going in and shitting on the product, you let them shit on the product. But if people are going in and they're talking about how great the product is, you also let that go down. That is free marketing. Nintendo did the same thing to YouTubers back in the day. And I'm just going to say Nintendo's never been, upper echelon where it once was back in the day when it comes to gaming.
You got to understand real quick.
They're censoring out just the pay-per-view stuff. Like it's a pay-per-view.
Like literally the high quality stuff. Like, and truthfully, you got to look at it from a business point. When, John Cena gets posted returning at Money in the Bank 2022 or whatever it was, like that was like what, a $13.99 a month pay-per-view on Peacock. Whereas you're literally talking about like almost $100 pay-per-view on TV this past week. Again, so there has to be some business like tied to that.
No,
how much was it? 60?
It's like
it's 100 for like the package, all in, all out, 50. I guess.
I got you. All right. So again, I'm a little bit.
TLT
all right. Well, with that
my
said,
favorite person in the world right now, Michael, the head under the table.
AEW Mark is the learning tree.
Thanks, guys.
The head under the table was an absolute. Like that's a pipe bomb. Are you going to respond, Parthy? TLC?
Content creators that talk about AEW and critique it every once in a while when they have a bad Dynamite. What do you want to do? Stop watching the show? Then you'll say you don't know what you're talking about because you're not watching the show. If I watch the show and critique it, well, why are you watching the show? Because you hate it.
Well,
I don't hate it. I want it to be good.
Sometimes you don't want to watch it, then don't, and then you don't have to come on the show. Like
how I feel when Parthy.
You just come on for the WWE ones.
Shut up while I'm conducting business.
Bro, no.
Thank you.
Don't give me that shit.
No, I'm saying that to you, actually.
We have. Oh, sorry. I thought. We have plenty of guys that do that. They can just come on for the WWE show. Like we won't miss
the AEW one, right? I come on for the all-in previews. I come on.
No.
Yeah,
You're essentially saying though that you watch the product because you have to review it on this show.
I watch the product because I'm interested in what they're gonna do.
He likes Parthy likes the product. Come on, what are you doing here? What do you do? How dare you tarnish our head of the table here? That's not what the show's for. Let's show some respect, and they'll be doing so for Gunther in Berlin this weekend. With that said, Bash in Berlin, we got KO, Cody Rhodes, we got Gunther versus RKO. With that said, outside of those two matches, because they're obviously kind of layups, which one are you looking forward to most? Let's start off with our head of the table.
Well, I would say Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan has a lot of moving parts. I mean, we're going to get a level of upgraded violence with Punk and McIntyre, but we've sort of seen that already. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens is going to be intriguing for the teasing of Kevin Owens turning heel. I don't think he's going to. I think they're being a little too heavy-handed with it. Gunther Randy Orton is going to main event, and that's going to be great from a match standpoint for how hot the crowd's going to be, hopefully for Gunther. But I think the intriguing match is the Terror Twins versus the Judgment Day.
Okay. Ali, what are you looking forward to this weekend in Berlin?
I mean, obviously the main events, but the strap match. I think it's going to be just insane. I love these matches. Like, I love what they're doing with Bronson Reed right now. Give me the violence. I want all the violence. So that is definitely what I'm looking forward to most outside of the main events.
Yeah, so
a lot of people forget real quick that AEW's Samoa Joe made Braun Breaker his bitch about a year and a half ago. And a lot of people forget that. Rob Ryan, what do you got?
So yeah, obviously Gunther, Randy, that's gonna be big. But we're not gonna talk about it. But I'm gonna talk about something that's gonna continue post Bash Berlin. Obviously, most of these matches will, just because of how that's how these type of pay-per-views work or PLEs work. But I'm actually going to go with Cody and KO because whereas Parthy thinks that the turn isn't going to happen, I think the turn is going to happen because I think they run it back at Bad Blood. Just because I don't know who else you would give Cody at Bad Blood to. So I think they'll just run it back one more time with KO. And I don't know if the turn will happen Saturday, but it will happen very soon, and you will see some hints at it just because it will happen eventually. And it will happen before Bad Blood.
All right, Michael, lay it on him.
I cannot wait for Gunther Randy Orton. It's a dream match of mine. And honestly, I think as great as Gunther's character work has been as a champion and starting off with this reign, this is the best character of Randy Orton I've seen, I think, in his career. He's as the grizzled vet who just desperately wants a title. He's a family man. He's got his priorities. He's talking about he already, got through his demons and just wants to finish his career as a legend and the Hall of Famer as he always should have been. It's been really compelling. That promo on Monday was great. And that first match they had was awesome, really hard hitting. And I can't wait to see what they do in that atmosphere in Berlin. I know that it's going to be a hometown crowd for Gunther and the hype's going to be there, but I think that crowd's going to be really excited to see Randy Orton too. I think the atmosphere is going to be awesome. And that match is just going to live up to all the expectations and I think exceed their first bout.
Yeah, Micah took my words. That's the one I'm most looking forward to. But also, when you put Cody and KO against each other on paper, you could not give me a story at all. I'm going to watch that match and love it every single time. So definitely looking forward to that as well. CM Punk has another match with Drew McIntyre, so we have an excuse to give him his first win in what feels like decades.
Hey, he beat Dom Mysterio.
So, yeah, whatever. Don't forget Barmageddon, though, as Maniac would say. But Punk loves his toys.
A lot of people would say he lost to he lost to Barmageddon. He got beat outright by Barmageddon.
The record's not too good in the past couple years, but yeah, it should be a good card. These international crowds, as we've seen lately, always deliver. So that main event, like Micah was saying, with Gunther and Randy is going to be crazy because the Randy's been getting all the love lately. As he pointed out on Raw the other night, it's like, where were you for 15 years singing my song all this time? But Berlin's not going to be the last to do it. And then they're also going to give Gunther a standing ovation, and that entrance is going to be something to see. So,
okay, so you're looking forward more to Gunther, Randy Orton out of the two heavyweight matches?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that everyone in here as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parthy? Okay.
I mean, they're putting on a face-on-face match. If we got a KO heel turn last week, then Cody's match would definitely be way more interesting.
KO's been doing the little hints, but yeah, it's not there. We'll see what happens. He could do something dastardly.
Someone had said that last week
match.
That Randy is going to do it, and I think that's actually probably the direction they'll go.
I know they need more heels on SmackDown, but would they do KO and then Randy both turning heels separately at different times, but both turning heel essentially?
I could see it.
I don't think they do Randy Cody until Rumble.
But you think they'll eventually turn Randy heel?
Yeah, you can't have that face to face. You got to have some story there. And the story can't just be, oh my God, you mentored me. Let's give you a match.
And imagine Randy going against Cena on his farewell tour.
And also, well, that's true. And also think of how desperate Randy's going to get when he loses. I'm assuming he's going to lose to Gunther Saturday. Like the desperation, the time's ticking. He's talking about, how it's closer to the end than the beginning. If he loses another title shot, it's going to start getting desperate times for him. And maybe that's where Cody gets in his sightlines.
I just don't want I mean, that's how we kind of did the AJ storyline with Cody. I don't want the same storyline going over and over that he's running out of time, so I'm going to turn heel and try to win it. Obviously, he's going to turn heel. Obviously, he's going to talk about his age, but they got to figure out some way. You can't just have the same storyline for every Cody.
I don't know if that's the story necessarily, but it's the motivation behind it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I like it. Any final thoughts there for Bash Berlin? Any predictions, maybe a hot take before our show on this weekend?
I think Punk loses and he's going to get the ultimate win in Hell in a Cell.
Oh my!
Yeah, but
God.
how can you have another match if he loses?
Punk is in bottom 4, you're saying, or
he's a finesse god. I don't know.
He's waiting for the Ohtani at bat, but I'm gonna go on I'm gonna take a hot take. I wouldn't be surprised if Randy wins on Saturday.
That was something that was in the back of my mind, but I didn't want to sound like an idiot, so I didn't.
No, dude, I might look like an idiot after the card, but I don't care, dude. Randy always has a chance in world heavyweight title.
They've made the stipulation that if Randy Orton wins, he's going to Raw, which means no getting involved with Cody Rhodes for the better part until another draft happens. So don't see it.
Okay.
I mean, I could I don't think it's gonna happen, but I could see it just because you may want to hold off Randy Cody until after he's done with The Rock at Mania.
Well, we can go full fantasy booking here, and they could totally have Randy win that match, stay on Raw, then turn KO heel during the match with Cody.
Wait. Okay, so Ali reminded me something. Slick, you want Gunther to lose his first title defense?
Brother, you gotta take that fantasy booking shit somewhere.
Bro, when did I say want, Partham?
You said you made it a prediction, or maybe okay.
You get the fuck out of here, dude.
You're
Party.
0% chance.
Told you tonight was open mic night, bitch.
I mean, come on, dude.
Wouldn't be surprised. I'd be shocked.
I mean,
losers.
Dude, I'd be surprised too, but like, it's Randy Orton, man. It's always, in my opinion, he's always got a shot when it comes to world title matches like this. And like, obviously, like you said, Gunther, first world heavyweight title defense, and he's been built to be a beast. So, but like, you want to start becoming a bit less predictable under this Triple H era, then like, that's something. I don't know.
You don't do shock Russo booking in order to do that. In order to become
Randy Orton is the legend killer, dude. Just as someone's being made a legend, he'll just shut him down in the matter of seconds. That could happen at any given time in any decade.
In Berlin,
as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, in Berlin. You know how?
All right, boys. All right, let's reel it in. It's been good. We're looking forward to this weekend. Make sure you're checking out our preview show. But let's get into the promotions draft. Okay, let's recap our rosters a little bit. Parthy, who do you got in your roster besides your number one overall pick, CM Punk? You got Jacob Fatu.
We got Fatu. We got LA Knight and Christian Cage.
Gotcha. And then Slick, what do you think of your roster so far?
It's decent. I was really happy with my last round, Hangman Page and Logan Paul. I think that's a solid second match to have for the promotion on top of Cody and Sammy. So we're working it.
And then Marky Mark, who do you got again to kick it off on your side of things?
I have MJF and Drew McIntyre.
Okay, so let me see. I think I got this all set. Just bear with me for a second, boys. Oh, are you fucking serious, this website? All right, there you go. All right, I think I got the updated graphic. All righty, we got it pulled up. I just got to pull up the window. All right. That intermission was brought to you by Batavia Downs. All right. So we got Pipe Bomb Wrestling, Slick City Wrestling, Prophecy Wrestling, Crazy Wrestling Company, Continental Wrestling and Sports Entertainment, Marky Mark Wrestling, and Sweatpants Wrestling. So, again, the rules are simple. We're fielding a roster. Eventually, we'll start booking our own pay-per-views, at least when we get to double digits for our rosters. We won't make it too hard on ourselves. With that said, Marky Mark Wrestling, you have 2 picks in the hole right now. Again, remember, the only rule of these picks is that the wrestler must have a match or 5 matches within the last 1 calendar year at the point that they're drafted. Fair, gentlemen?
Yep.
Yes, sir. And all draft picks are final. If you submit an incorrect draft pick, you'll get skipped in the order. But with that said, let's kick us off. Ali, you got 2 picks to add to Marky Mark Wrestling.
So is Braun Breaker still available?
Yep.
Braun Breaker would still be available at this point.
I will take him.
All right, that's a very good addition to Marky Mark Wrestling. And then you got one more.
Damien's still around too, right?
Damian Priest still available.
I will take Damian.
Wow, there you go. Damian
Love it.
Priest and Braun Baker to Marky Mark Wrestling. Okay, so great
Okay.
additions for Marky Mark. And now we go to the top of the order for a double round snake draft. We got Pipe Bomb Wrestling, Slick City, Prophecy, Crazy Wrestling Company, CW, SE, and then Marky Mark, and then a snake pack. And we'll be back up at the top with 6 wrestlers each. Pipe Bomb, you are on the clock.
Well, apparently, since I hate AEW so much, I can't possibly take an AEW wrestler. Could I?
No.
Not to less the AEW World Champion, but I'm going to because it's the final countdown and it's Bryan Danielson.
It's a good pick.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, talk about stock going up for sure. That
Yeah.
looks like a guy who could be retired a week ago. Now he's talking about his future tonight. So yeah, I think his future is going to involve kicking a lot of fucking heads in.
Yeah, I think
Slick
it's
City, we are on the clock for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna start to build my women's side of the locker room out tonight. And first pick, 3rd round, is gonna be the man, Becky Lynch.
Ooh.
All right, the man, Becky Lynch for Slick City. We are going on to Prophecy, I believe.
Where should PWF go with this pick? We have a stacked roster right now, so do we want to continue going top level? Do we start going with that mid card? Where should the Prophet go here?
Is the Prophet like his own character on his wrestling show, by the way? Like the GM?
You have to tune in to Tuesdays on ESPN at 8 o'clock to find out. You know where I'm going to go? I'm going to go to the
Suplex
other
City?
show that goes on Tuesdays, NXT, and I'm going to go with Trick Williams.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I like it.
All right.
I mean, congratulations to all you guys, and bless your hearts, because you're clearly viewing this like you're starting like a super dynasty. But the point you're failing to realize is that at this particular point, we're stuck in time forever. So this wrestler is going to be at this exact state for the rest of the time they'll be in your company. So with that said, I'll make the pretty easy pick for Crazy Wrestling Company, joining the likes of Seth Rollins, Will Ospreay, AJ Styles, and Konosuke Takeshita, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Okay. All right.
That's pretty much a no-brainer.
High on
That's pretty
my
much a no-brainer. I'm talking about I just got a 15-time WWE champion.
Randy would have been my pick if Bryan Danielson retired.
That's true. And Bryan Danielson would have been at mine if it got to me. So I appreciate your board there. Well done. Okay. Randy Orton off the board. It is time to get a little continental with some wrestling and sports entertainment. What do you got from us, Micah?
All right. Well, Rob jumped into NXT, so I'm gonna jump back into the NXT onto Tuesdays, and I am picking the North American champion, Obafemi.
Wow. Okay. Wow. North American champion. Obafemi.
He's got a lot of potential. He's got a high ceiling.
He's the future. Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly. Future 10-time world champion at least.
Future
10-time world champ. That's outrageous.
At least.
In an era where the average reign is 6 to 8 months.
At least.
Oh, you're a man. I'm glad we're doing these shows because sometimes I just forget what a psycho the Micah brothers can be. They're crazier than the Ferguson brothers, going out in the parking lot and taking $40,000 discounts. All right. So crazy. All right. So Obafemi's off the board. We are now on to Marky Mark Wrestling with a chance to build out on top of Braun, right?
Still in the city?
Who?
Main Event Jay Uso. Is he still in the city?
No.
Main Event Jay Uso is
on
board.
Tuesday nights.
He is on the Prophecy. That's okay. We don't have the graphic up, so we won't.
Then I have to go to the next best option, obviously, which the clear answer, the number one guy in the WWE currently, R-Truth.
Wow.
I love
That's kind of a crazy pick. All right, but you get a snake pick, so you get 2 more.
Wow.
Oh, I'm the end of the snake.
You get another pick. Yep.
I'm taking Ilya.
All right, great pick.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right, solid.
Great pick.
Okay. Ilya Dragunov off the board. Okay. With that said, now we are back on Mr. Mike, I believe.
Yes, sir. I am going with Darby Allin.
Oh. He's a pillar.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right. Well, you're really going to get these guys with my 5th and 6th round picks. To compliment Randy Orton. Hi, guys. It's Chris Jericho. The lesson of the learning tree is coming to the Crazy Wrestling Company. What a roster. All right, and here we go.
Chris Jericho.
You're doing so well.
I was doing so well. Well said. Prophecy. All right, time for some prophecy wrestling. Who are we going to get to add on?
All right. Well, as I was talking, we need to fill out the mid card. We need some heels on our side. We even need a scapegoat.
Oh,
Jack Perry.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jack Perry and Roman Reigns in the same locker room.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Amazing.
Kenny Omega looks forward to working with Jack Perry again for sure. You can tell by how close they've been during this whole run.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. With that said, all right, it's time for Slick City on the books.
Yeah, here we go. Gonna fill out this third match that we have, this women's match. This is a dream match of mine, and the return is appropriate. Not only did she make a return to All Elite Wrestling, she's making her debut for Slick City Wrestling in the main event against the man, Jamie Hayter.
Wow. Okay. Jamie Hayter.
Redhead.
Yeah, now.
It's literally Becky versus Becky.
It is Becky versus Becky. Also, I think Jay-Z loves that battle. With that said, at the same time,
wait.
Yeah.
I have to call a challenge flag.
Challenge flag.
Jamie Hayter. How many matches did she have last year?
Wait, how many matches does she have?
No.
All right, I have to call it.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Yes, well played.
And you know what the thing is? It's not even fucking close.
Yeah.
All right. Well, overall, it's going to cost you a person, but you'll get another pick in a round. So we now skip Slick's pick. He lost his 6th round pick. That's going to hurt Slick City Wrestling. Stockholders are not going to be happy. That's what I will say.
When you pick wrong?
Yeah.
That's a real dent. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a Harvey dent. All right. With that said,
I thought I had Hayter walking down the ramp, and now she's on the way back to Gorilla.
Seriously,
we can't afford her.
The match just got changed in Gorilla. All right, Parth, you're on the clock with our last pick then.
Okay, so I need to balance out. Do I need to balance out? Yeah, Bryan Danielson's a face, of course. I need to balance out with some heel heat. I already got Christian Cage. Who could match Christian Cage with heel heat other than Dirty Dominic Mysterio?
Wow, you definitely have the 2 best heels for sure.
Wow.
God.
Although wait. Oh wait, and you have Christian Cage. Yeah, that's true. That's something. All right. Wow. All right. So we got the build out. Great build out, boys. We'll get an updated graphic out. Any final thoughts before we head into Dynamite tonight or Bash in Berlin on Friday?
I'm just a new dad, so I mean that's just great. It's a great pick right there, Parthy. I don't usually compliment you, but Dom was looking for a new dad.
Right after
he lost his mommy and his pop, so he's got a new one.
But literally right after I made my pick, I was like, I should have chose the Dom Liv combo. That would have been perfect. That was at the end of the snake. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, man.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Again, any final thoughts?
I'm upset that I botched that pick, but I'm excited.
You were just excited for Jamie. That's all right.
You were very excited.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing 1 out of 5 tonight, so here we go.
Wait. Not to kick Slick when he's down, but in the chat, we were talking about, Jake was saying, well, everybody gets gotten once in a while because I posted about Meltzer's ratings that were fake. I don't know enough about Meltzer to know that he's coming. They come out on Friday, and Slick just posted, yeah, everybody gets got except for Big Slick.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Wait. Where is it? Oh my god. Oh, it's all good. I was looking for the R-Truth.
You're right.
Gentlemen, my bad.
There you go. Thank you, Parthen.
All right, folks, for our panel, for Big Select, for Kali, for the head of the table, Mike Parthen, for Micah, for the Prophet, I'm Maniac. This is the show where it's not wrestling with your budget. It's not wrestling with your conscience. It is wrestling with emotion. Big Dynamite tonight, boys. Someone is going to get their head fucking kicked in. Let's